And we'll start in India, where the British Foreign Minister is to rally support against Russia. The Foreign Secretary is holding a meeting with India's Foreign Minister S Jaishankar on regional and global issues of mutual interest. After the meeting, Liz Truss will also participate in an inaugural edition of the India-UK Strategic Futures Forum, hosted by the India Council of World Affairs and Policy Exchange. The British High Commissioner to India has suggested that the talks will include the Russia-Ukraine crisis, and the United Kingdom aims to rally India's support against the Kremlin. Liz Truss's trip coincides with that of her Russian opposite number, though, Sergei Lavrov. He's also arrived in India for a separate meeting tomorrow. The pair are not expected to cross paths in New Delhi. Sergei Lavrov will use his visit to push for closer trade links with India, as Russia looks to help reduce the impact of economic sanctions imposed by the West following its invasion of Ukraine. India has so far steered away from taking sides on the ongoing Ukrainian crisis. New Delhi has been called somewhat shaky by US President Joe Biden for not picking a side, but India says it's been working for diplomacy over aggression. The German Foreign and Security Policy Advisor to the country's Chancellor has also been in New Delhi.
Friendly country to the Republic of Serbia and Serbian people.
I think the situation in which India is. You live in a complicated neighborhood. You have challenges of constraints of your own, and one of the aims of my discussions here in Delhi today is to better understand how this geopolitical specificity of India plays into your analysis of what is going on in Ukraine. And
India has been hosting back-to-back high-level diplomatic visits and meetings. From China to Europe, foreign ministers have been lining up in New Delhi recently to talk over differences. Our correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, joins me live now from New Delhi. Siddhant, talk to me first about Liz Truss's talks in India. Is she expected to make any progress when it comes to urging India to take a tougher stance against Russia?
Well, Delhi is a busy capital, and her visit is part of a slew of visits New Delhi has seen. We know that there have been visits by foreign ministers from China, Oman, Greece, Austria, and of course the Russian foreign minister lands in a few hours' time. But her visit is part of a wider diplomatic push by UK when it comes to India's position. But it does not look like that India is going to change its position. While India has said that when it comes to sovereignty and territorial integrity of countries, this is something that is of concern, and this has been New Delhi's policy when it comes to, for historical reason, something that India has reiterated. But when it comes to its position at the United Nations, we will see if there is any kind of vote. As of now, there is no vote, abstention from New Delhi. But India is an important partner for Britain in a post-Brexit world, especially when it comes to trade. We know that trade talks are happening between both sides. There have been multiple rounds of negotiations, and of course Indo-Pacific. We know UK's tilt towards Indo-Pacific is something that London has been talking about.
And Siddhant, let's talk then about Sergei Lavrov. He perhaps has an advantage in one sense that he comes after Liz Truss for his talks. What does Sergei Lavrov want from this visit to India?
Well, Sergei Lavrov and Liz Truss visit, there will be presence of both the ministers at the same time for few hours, but they will be present in the city together. Of course, there is no meeting as of now, and it will not be possible, at least given the situation in Eastern Europe, the invasion of the Russians. But if we talk about the key focus, if we look from New Delhi's point of view, Russia is an important ally, a partner, a key partner when it comes to defense. And this is a visit where the Russian side is expected to talk about their perspective, what they think about the entire situation that has developed. They have been lauding New Delhi's support with the abstentions at the United Nations. And also remember that this development is happening at a time when the delivery of crucial S-400s have been started by Moscow to New Delhi. The first of the units reached India in the month of December. And this year, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to travel to Russia for the annual India-Russia summit. Also, the BRICS meeting in China. So we have seen visits by the Chinese, who are, of course, the chair of the BRICS. So whether it's BRICS, defense or the bilateral relationship, these all things will be the key focus areas. But of course, above all, it is the crisis in Ukraine, the Russian invasion, in which Moscow is expected to talk about what they think about the situation and how they think that the situation is going to pan out in next few months and weeks.